What's up, guys? This is Tyssassin, and welcome back to another episode. It's episode 27, and last time we put together some bulk storage upstairs, just above here, and today we need to fix some problems. But before I do that, I hate the Windows key. Who put the Windows key on my freaking keyboard? I don't even like it. I don't even like it. I don't want it. I'm just gonna disable it. I'm gonna disable it. That's what's going to happen. It's no longer going to be used. I have been working around the base a little bit, so I want to show you some of the things that I have been doing. First of all, no. First of all, I have spent an insane amount of time running around the world and putting things into these chests here in our bulk storage room. So if you don't know, if you missed last episode, this is the bulk storage, and it stores lots of things in bulk. And yeah, stone is like, yeah, I'm on the third row already. Cobblestone is, yeah, it's already filling up quite a bit, and we got a good amount of the diorite, granite, andesites, etc. And yeah, I've also worked on this area. This was just a stairway before, and now it's just a stairway that looks a lot better. There's a little bit of a theme going on. If you don't know, the second level is the purple level, hence the purple, and the first level is the blue level. So, you know, I've been kind of putting those two together, and yeah, little hints of it here and there, and a little bit of a design that I pulled from our adventuring room down at the bottom there. So I've also added a little bit of potion brewing action over here. We've got our ingredients over here, as well as some hoppers to make things easy. Water bottles, potions, and yeah, that's it. So I also had this little kind of transition room here. There's some chests that I don't know if I'll ever use for anything. Yep. Looking good. And then in here, there's been a lot of progress, lots of progress. So I've been working on this little area here. This is now the storage system for now. This is a problem that I need to solve, by the way, but you can see in here, here's all of our kind of valuable items, some redstone, and you know, you got some dyes and horse stuff, and yeah, more gold than I know what to do with. Yep. And I got some blocks over here. You got things like snow, which is super useful, carpets, nether stuff. So yeah, lots of stuff going on in here. But the big thing that I've done is this chest right here. So this chest has a bunch of empty shulker boxes, and you're probably wondering why that's exciting. Well, they were all full, all of them. Every single one of them, as well as some other ones that were other places in the world, and they've all been emptied. So life is, it's organized. It's so nice. And yeah, it's going to get more organized here in the near future, but that's not what we're going to be dealing with today. No crazy storage systems today. I did all of that off camera because we're going to do something like that in the future that's going to be a little bit more advanced. But today, we're going to blow this thing up, maybe. Be quiet. Yeah, we have some problems. Again, you might have heard of these things before, but the problems have been magnified quite a bit. So this, by the way, is how we get into the maintenance area of the base. And down here, you see we have these things called minecarts with hoppers, and they love, and I mean love, to do that. Just sit here. Yep. Not go back and forth. Just sit here. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. And we're gonna fix it. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to take our pickaxe and just go around here and take all of this out. All of it. So yeah, we're going to be adjusting the way we do things around here just a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. So I think the main part of the farm here may stay the same. I might move the whole thing, the center. I don't know if you can see that on YouTube. I might move it back, like away from the base a little bit. And the reason why is that I realize I have the ability to do that, which would potentially allow us to have a little bit more non-solid blocks next to the farm, right? A little bit more room. So we might do that, or we might not. I'm not 100% sure there. But the big thing that we're going to do is we're going to change the collection system. It's time to really upgrade this thing. So, you know, I spent a long time over the holiday doing some AFKing. and playing some Minecraft and, you know, not recording because I'm a jerk. I'm sorry I missed an episode. I know. I'm sorry. But hope you had a Merry Christmas. I had a great one. I got a new mouse. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? It can do this. Ooh, that's my mouse. I'm not even moving my left hand at all. Anyways, it's amazing and I love it. And my wife is great and she bought it for me. So yeah, it was a big Christmas present for me. But anyways, yeah, over Christmas I did a little bit of AFKing and I noticed that I'm not getting the rates that I want from this mob farm, which I knew was kind of the case before, but it's been a bit magnified. I definitely want that. So yeah, what we need to do is adjust the collection system and then potentially make this a little bit bigger. And I'm going to also probably change the timing system. So let me drop off some of this stuff in a chest that I totally wish I brought with me. And let's talk a little bit about the redstone. So out here in the middle of the world, we have some redstone. It's currently exposed thanks to Endermen stealing things off the ground, like just taking the blocks and going other places with them because they're jerks. But yeah, this is the top of the farm. There's just a simple observer situation going on here and a hopper clock. And, you know, that kind of works, but it's over here. And the issue is that there's a redstone torch tower that goes to it that's in a part of the base that we are about to dig into right over here somewhere. I bet we can run directly into it. Yep, there it is. So that's a problem. It's a big problem because I'm going to eventually dig out this area and we're going to work on the next level of the base. And so we need to adjust this situation as well. And I think I know what I'm going to do with it. I think we'll use observers to do a little observer chain instead. And yeah, I think that'll keep things a little bit more clean. We used a similar situation. I love this new mouse, by the way. It's really just amazing. It's amazing. So we did a similar thing with this farm. You can see the chaos with the observers on the outside, which, you know, one of these days I'll maybe adjust this to make it look a little bit better. A little bit better. And you probably won't see as much of that, but that's kind of like part of the design for this one. So I think what we're going to do, though, is we're going to run an observer chain to the back of the farm. So that way we don't have to have observers going through here, right here on the front, like in what would be that block right there, or maybe this block right here. So anyways, I don't want observers going through this room right here. So what I think I'll do instead is I will hook up this redstone so that it goes underneath, goes to the other side there, and then observers chains up to the top. And I think we'll get rid of the hopper clock. Yeah, I think that's a thing. So anyways, let me find my way back down to the bottom here, and I'm going to clear out a little bit more space so we can make a new collection system. You ever get carried away while playing Minecraft? Oh, the grind it's a fun part of what we do in this game. But I've been working on some things here, and yeah, I wanted to bring you back and tell you about them. So I've slabbed the entire area here. These are all bottom slabs, which means that things can't spawn on them, which means no more slimes down here. And in fact, I probably should maybe slab the top of these over here. I'll think about it. If I find another slime down here, I tell you what, that will be the end of it. But in the meantime, I've created a new item collection system here. So what we've got here, we've got hoppers running all into this hopper, which goes straight into a dropper. And you can see that it will shoot items. You didn't even see it, but we can do one of those and it will very quickly shoot items out. They will go over here to the same dropper elevator that we had before. This one's very quiet because I have a texture pack that quiets droppers. I need to adjust that over there because that shouldn't be happening. Yeah, that works. So anyways, this is just an observer clock. I've used this in the slime farm and a couple other places because it basically can handle more items at once than a single hopper. And actually, I should consider not doing it this way, because this is all going to go the way this is set up right now. So this is another situation where I'm going to show you a mistake. This is all going to go into one hopper, and this hopper can only pass, you know, at hopper speed. So what I could do is actually link up 2 hopper chains to this dropper and use it for what it's good for. Yep. We're just going to do one of those and pretend like it never happened. So I might adjust that. But the other thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to lay down a floor of magma blocks with minecarts hoppers inside of them. So we'll do that here in just a minute. In the meantime, I've also changed some things up here. But let's head over here first. And I'm seeing an opportunity here. So you'll notice that our view now has changed quite significantly, actually. So I think we might want to adjust the way that this looks, maybe, because we no longer have spawning floors here. So we're not going to see anything spawn. We're just going to see things fall. So I'm going to consider what we might want to do there. But for now, let me show you what we're doing up here. We're in the wall. There we go. What we have here is kind of a catching floor, and this is from Gnembom's design, and kind of one of the mini options he gives you in that video. Great video, by the way. Go watch it. But finish. Don't go yet. Stay here. Okay. Then go afterwards. Okay, it's in the description. Thanks. So what we're going to do here, we've got basically all the flushing floors here that will flush the mobs down in here, and then we'll use water to flush them down even further. And this is set up so that spiders can easily fall through a little 3x3 here and down into that goodness down there. So what I need to do now, since this isn't out in the open like in gnembom's video, what I need to do now is figure out how exactly I want to do the the water streams, because if I put a water stream on this block right here and a water stream on this block right here, they're going to connect, and then we have issues. Now it's unlikely that a mob's going to make it down over here, so it's probably not a big deal, but we definitely don't want a lake. We want running water. So I have to hash that out as well. So, but yeah, let me work on this floor down here. I think that's the biggest priority right now. And then we'll work on the water streams here in a little bit. Come here. So things have changed a little bit. A little bit of progress has been made. I've got the minecarts in. You can probably hear them, which probably means they're moving, which is bad, but hopefully that's not the case. I also have the magma blocks in as well. And I left this here because I wanted to show you how I got those magma blocks in there, because it's not the easiest thing, because we need downwards facing pistons to push magma blocks into the minecarts that I dropped in there. So what I did, I need one of these. What I did is I just kind of stood here. I placed a downward facing piston like that, put that right there, and then, you know, of course didn't break it, but left it there, and flipped this, flipped that, pushed it in, and then of course repeated the process. Bud powers. So yeah, that's kind of how I did that. Gnembom didn't explain that in his video, but yeah, I wanted this particular collection system, and it's definitely a little bit harder to put together. So we need to go up there though, because I've made some changes up here too. Nope, not gonna happen. All right, so we're gonna use rockets because that's the way to do it. There we go. So, yeah, let me light this up a little bit so you can take a look around. I've made a little bit of an epiphany up here, which it's really obvious. All I needed to do was put these blocks here on the edge and then place water sources on top of them, and huzzah, good to go. So what will happen here is that when they fall, they'll end up here, but they're not water sources anymore, so they don't merge and all that. The only thing I had to adjust is I needed to put a block right here, and the reason why is that this water source doesn't have enough oomph to get to here. In fact, I ended up with like a diamond shape, and that was less than ideal. So what I need to do now is work on getting this spawning floors built up. I want to put in just a few more now that I've actually removed a couple. Yeah, so we're going to put in a couple more, make this thing still super efficient. I'm getting pretty excited, guys. This is going to be great. Just dropping off some materials, and we have a creeper, which is less than ideal right now. Yeah, let's go take care of this guy real quick. We'll say hi, and Yeah, that's about enough of that. I don't want him blowing up my newly designed redstone up here. So did a lot of work between cuts here, and I will show you around a little bit. So out here we have ourselves a couple more spawning floors. Not too many, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's okay. I wanted to maybe do a couple of more, but you see there's these things called subchunks. I'll need that back. So if you can see, there's like a blue line right here. Zooming in doesn't make it any bigger, it doesn't seem. So that blue line, it's going to be really hard to see, but it's just underneath the roof here. So we're keeping all of the extra floors in a subchunk. If I had added one more, we would have to push into another subchunk, and I would have to build it up to right where the sun is right now, which is, it would be quite a few more, but I for right now, today, a little lag spike as light updates happen, I kind of wanted to keep it built into the environment a little bit. It's still just a slab roof, right? It's just this giant slab of stone slabs, but I kept it at kind of the level that was that the ground was at. So I think as the base evolves a little bit more, I may build this up a little bit more as well, but I want to keep it enclosed, of course. So yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge to figure out what we're doing. But I've also added in a simple, and I mean very simple, little clock here. So basically, you've got the subtract mode going on. When this redstone block gets shot out to this block right here, it will fully power this comparator, give it a full signal length, and it will then, of course, shoot that through. And when it comes back, it'll start subtracting what's coming to it, right? And the signal length is going to stop, and it will allow these to turn off for a while. And then when it comes back, this, will be stronger, and it will send its pulse again. Does that make any sense? Anyway, there's a dropper right here, and below that, of course, there's an observer observing that dropper when it gets powered and unpowered. And huzzah! Huzzah? I've been saying that a lot today. I'm not sure what the deal is. What's going on with me? What's with these chunk grids? My goodness, I'm falling apart, guys. So what we've done here is we've got an observer chain that goes all the way from our control panel to the roof of the mob farm. So I've hidden it in a way that should allow me to continue to hide it as the base evolves a bit. But when you flip this switch right here, the observers go down below us. They shoot out over here along this wall, and they'll go out here. Can you see it from here? I don't think you can. I don't think I broke into the farm. I want to say it's on the other side of this. Yeah, so it's on the other side of that wall, and then of course goes over to the other side of the farm where you can see it there. Shoots all the way up to the top and good to go. So what we can also see from over here is that I've adjusted the roof a little bit. So I spent some time pillaring all sorts of places. There's probably dirt and random stuff inside of the miscellaneous chest over there. But yeah, I've kind of adjusted it a little bit. You can still see the signs, which is less than ideal, but I probably will switch that to maybe trapdoors at some point. I'm gonna have to consider that. I've also I don't know if this was in the prior clip or not, but I've added some light here, and this is just really a test for the future to see, could I light this area up? And then here, when we flip this on for the first time, will it look better, with this area lit? Because actually the spawning floor is another 4 blocks, 5 blocks, something like that above that. So there's plenty of room for light to dissolve its way up there and light up this area fairly well. So I might add like redstone lamps or something. We may also someday switch the stone out. So lots of maybes here. So, but I think what we need to do now is just do a quick systems check here. The only other thing that I was considering doing was changing this hopper setup. But at this point, there are minecarts with hoppers above them, and yeah, we're not going to do that. So what I am going to do instead is I'm going to flip these to 4 ticks, which will keep this in there because items transfer, I believe, through hoppers every 4 ticks. So what we can do here, this will push over, it'll stay powered because, every 4 ticks an item's going to go in there and then items get shot up, etc. So everything else should be pretty good though. We've got our item streams in. I have tested them to make sure that they go back to the apologize for the sirens. I do live downtown, so things happen. These both go up to our item storage area. I have not tested throwing stuff on top of the blocks there, but I'm sure that those hopper minecarts are definitely in there. So yeah, guys, I think there's nothing left to do besides test this thing. So it's the big moment. Is my tie straight? All right, let's try it out. So we flip this guy. Oh, I added this feature so that this slips in so that you are now in the captain's chair, which is it's a pretty lame little feature, but I added it. So there. So yeah, we should start seeing mobs any time now. It shouldn't take very long, unless I've made a mistake, which of course is something that I do fairly often. So, you know, I can certainly hear mobs, but that's our friends over here, the test subjects in the lab here. So I am also thinking about, you know, what we can do in this room because of the fact that that's where it is. There goes one. We can certainly push ourselves a little bit further into that room, right? And maybe move our control center over, give us a little bit more wiggle room in this room. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So yeah, hopefully we'll see more than just one skeleton. There goes somebody. So let's jump down here too and check out how things are going. Yeah, nobody's alive down here, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm gonna hang out here for just a few minutes and see what pops out this hole right here. Oh, yeah, that is what I like to see. 5 creepers in a row. Yes, please, absolutely. Well, it's definitely an improvement. That much is for sure. You know, it's not the fastest mob farm in the entire world, but it's the fastest mob farm in our world. And the convenient thing is it's here in our base. So, you know, we could always go out and find a deep ocean biome or something and do some crazy stuff there. But yeah, this works. This works for me. So I am quite pleased with it, and we no longer have to worry about minecarts getting stuck underneath our base, which is an incredibly frustrating thing, and I can't tell you how happy I am to have removed those. We've also, I don't think I mentioned it, but we also removed yeah, about 2.5 stacks or something like that of hoppers from the base. So it's a lag improvement as well. But yeah, this thing's working quite well. I do think that I'm standing down here a little bit more and thinking more about the design of this, and I did notice one thing, and I'll probably time lapse this so you might actually end up seeing it too. I did notice that a spider fell and landed on the front edge of that little glass chute down there. So we might want to bring this all the way up. If I do, I'll probably use a different color glass, like maybe white glass or light gray or something like that. But outside of that, I think it's working quite well. Like I said, I think we have an opportunity to redesign this room a little bit and, you know, bring things closer to the drop shaft there. So I think we'll definitely do that at some point. But the other thing that's nice is that the sugarcane farm harvested while we were doing that, and the melon and pumpkin farm has been running as well. And we definitely are seeing a lag improvement. Frames are quite good. Even while recording at 60 frames a second, even though I could probably record at less than that since I'm going to speed that footage up quite significantly. But let's go ahead and flip this off, make sure that it stops. I also noticed, and I don't know if it'll be in the time lapse or not because I was running around the base a little bit too, but I also noticed a couple of skeletons that fell and didn't die right away, and a zombie as well. So the local difficulty here, we're at day 531 in this area, I guess. So yeah, it's pretty high, and sometimes things will fall down there and not die because they have feather falling on their boots, or even if they get nudged in a weird way, they fall and they don't take as much damage for some odd reason, even though it's like a 30 block drop. So yeah, it's a good setup because we can kill things and we don't have to worry about if you watch Gnembom's video, or if you've seen other, you know, mob farms, sometimes you might have a, you know, zombie fall and you'll have a villager that pulls them way onto magma blocks or something like that. And that's not necessary because we have magma blocks down there already, so it's really quite ideal. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm happier with the redstone, I'm happier with the rates, and I'm happy with the fact that the thing won't stop randomly on me in the middle of an AFK session, because that happened a few times over the holidays. So I'm excited to be able to AFK at this thing and, you know, let all the farms on my base run and actually collect all of the drops instead of letting them despawn in the middle of nowhere. But guys, I think that's about all the time I have for today. It's been a little bit more of a larger project than I anticipated, which is just always sort of how the things go here in this game, and especially for me, because I always take on things that I half know kind of what I'm doing and half don't, and then I have to figure out the rest, and it becomes a problem. But I do hope you enjoyed the episode. I apologize that it's a day late and I missed an episode, and man, I'm a wreck lately. But we'll get back to the regular 2 episodes a week and all that here very soon. I do have a vacation coming up in January, so keep an eye out for maybe some new content that will fill up some time during that little bit of away time I have going on. My wife and I are going to take a trip for her birthday, which is super awesome. So but yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you like the mob farm. Hopefully you picked up something useful from it, and definitely do go check out gnembom's video. Like I said, I'll put the link in the description. It's a very useful video. He really goes into just outrageous amounts of depth on why to choose different forms of collection systems and where to put your farm and all sorts of stuff. So it can be a really useful video. A lot of stuff I already knew, but there's certain things in there that I didn't. So it was a very useful one, and kind of inspired the redesign of this farm after watching those minecarts stop about 1,000 times. But in the meantime, guys, I think I will say goodbye. And my friends, this has been Tyssassin, and I will see you in the next episode.
Meanwhile, across town, in this less than fashionable cubbyhole of the San Francisco Examiner, these editors are programming today's copy of the paper into that same Ohio computer.